You said that all these things you've done in the last, it's driven by some urge. No? Some urge is there. So all the retreats, online retreats, followed Rishikesh, I'm here, all this. Now I'm actually here now. I'm offline now. Yeah, I was online, now I'm offline. Now I'm in line. And not even in line, you're right here now. Okay, all these things brought you here this moment now. And then you mentioned all the books. You were just speaking when I say come. What were you saying? Finish this sentence for me.
All of it, it's like I've made this into another intellect. The books that I read before for awareness authors, and I was kind of to the point of being. One of the awareness authors said to me, "When are you going to write your book?" And I said, I'm only regurgitating old news. I don't know from here. I only know from words that have already been spoken. It's not in a book. But then I thought, maybe this is I'm doing it again. I found you. I found Sri Nisargadatta. I am that. I found Ramana. I found my life in you. Why am I so... I feel blocked. And I've heard this statement I'm a walking you in home. When I'm at home, people are going, wow, what is this all about? And I try to be not knowing, not egoic about gently pointing
What is
people.
happening is everything that you say is in front of you.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything you have read is in front of you. Everything you have heard is in front of you.
It's not in here.
Everything there. No? And you want that to touch you. Everything is in front of you. Boom, boom, boom. All the retreats, Sri Maharaj, Sri Ramana Maharshi, Mooji, everything is in front of you. And now you say, okay, fine, I've done it. Now touch me. Set me on fire. Yeah. And he said, but where's the fire?
And in my watching, and in of these satsangs, every time somebody comes up and does the same thing I'm doing right now, I'm going, but be the witness.
Yeah.
Stay as the self. What are you doing? Every time. It's like, but yet when it comes to this here, it's not there.
Yeah.
I have it for everyone.
This has nothing to do with it.
No.
In a sense. Yes, it has, because it has to somehow, the experiencing, the clarification, the confirmation somehow happens somewhere here, no?
I don't want.
This has no doubt. It has no belief. It's just the instrument. It's your car. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. It's not about experience. It's having.
Who is speaking now?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yes. The little me. The but.
How little is it?
Oh, wow. Seems to be a lot bigger than...
But you say like this now, you see, when I hear your words, there's a kind of innocence in it, like the little me. And I say, okay, we all know what you're saying. You say, in a way, the kind of ego self or my self-identity is speaking these things. Okay?
Yes.
And obviously, the awareness is there to say, it's the little me again. Go on, speak. Okay. So behind this little me is sometimes, in a way we can probably seem like we have learned too much. And when you think you've learned too much, you're not sure if the knowledge is really what you've read or what you have seen. You see? The little me is there speaking. When you say this little me, you see, in a sense it's like an awakening to something which is not little me, isn't it? Something is here which is obviously not little me. Because I ask, who is speaking? Who is referring to? I feel I read all the books, I've done everything like this, but somehow something's not happening here. Who is speaking this thing? Is it the body? Is it the pure self that is speaking like this? Is it the mind is just speaking, like the mind is just speaking like this? Or is it a combination of mind and identity, or the mind and the self speaking? Let's try and see who actually speaks and believes these things, who seem to believe. It happens, I can guide everybody, but myself, I don't listen to my own advice. Because we are good at that, no? Say again what is missing.
Me coming, just staying in as the observer, as the witness, as the seer. For me, it's...
Yes. But you see, even this statement is not true. As I said before, and a number of times, nobody can do it. If it requires concentration, if it requires some siddhi, some yoga, some intense determination, then I myself also would fail at this, by the way. I couldn't do it. Short attention span.
That's,
Okay?
Yeah.
Good news or bad news? You cannot do it. Nobody can do it like that. You cannot do it as somebody. Nobody is doing it even. It has not been done. Nobody doing it. You see? This, look, we're here. Still something is here that says, I just want to be like you. I just want to be able to stay in it all the time. I said, I am not staying in it all the time. There will be too much work. You see? I have some trees to plant and things like this. I can't stay in it all the time. Something much easier than that. Easier than easy. You come to the realization, the one who wants to stay does not exist, in fact. Really. Just a persistent, somehow, relationship with the idea you have of yourself. You, consciousness, have this idea of yourself, no? As this person who has just got to find the right technique or the right kind of motivation. I'm going to get rid of everything. So I get rid of everything I got rid of, and still you cannot do it. You have to get rid of you. If you get rid of you, you don't have to get rid of anything else. How is it possible to get rid of you? If you shoot, it doesn't get rid of you.
No.
Only with the bullet of understanding you are going to kill him. And you are here for this.
Yes.
And this is your chance. See, like that. See. Something keeps feeling, and a strong identity is there. See, but this is. But I just want to be like this. But even your perception of being like this is also somehow generated from the mind also. You discover your total emptiness. Not you personally being empty. You're empty of the person. Which means what? That there's no data. I can't talk about my childhood or something. Somehow, one can do this. It happens, but now it's not in service to the person. Maybe the cosmos relates to an incident in the childhoodness of this body or something, and use it or something like that. It's the old stories or what I used to do. It's not to decorate the ego at all. It's different, you see. And yet it's not a great exchange, even God needs to get your ego out of the way. No, it's not. You only have to see what it is. Where you're speaking from is again from this position of the one who has done something and needs to do the final thing that can be done. which is now to be able to stay constantly in a state of awareness. And this thing, subtle as it is, this part of Advaita points to it very, very, very powerfully. Because at some point we just have to, it shows you in fact all your sins, all your mischief, all the projections, it exposes them. Like they're just some game we're playing. In the role of being the seeker or the person or whatever like that is coming. And it's almost as though this identity says, I'm here, try and move me.
Yeah.
Okay? Try and move me. Not even God can move me. I'm here to stay. Then what is going to move it? And do you need to move it? You only need to remember who you are. You don't need to move the ego out of any way. You just need to remember who you are. Because this idea cannot intimidate the pure self. It can only intimidate your identity. While you're in identity, there will always be some trap for you. You see? There will always be something you don't have the muscle to move. You don't have the power to change. You see? So, you're standing inside the very persistence itself, or you're aware of it? Because if there was no you see, to be aware of this persistent identity that just wants to, and I say, first of all, disidentify from that. Don't hold on to that position, that posture of this desire. I just want to stay. Now you have to give up just even this for a moment, to drop this idea. I want to stay as the awareness. I want to become. I want to always remember that I am the awareness. So give up that ambition for now. And you can continue just dropping everything else. Forgive everything for a moment. Leave everything for one moment. Actually do it now. And anyone else want to join, there's plenty of space for the whole world if you want in this. Leave every idea, every intention just for a moment. Just come to that place of just effortlessness. Don't need imagination though. Don't try and imagine the effortless. No, just stop engaging. Keep your gear in neutral. Go into neutral and without any identity, without any desire, like I hope this is going to lead me to awakening. Not even this. Don't touch anything at all. And see if you can recognize somehow in your power. Just be even. Without something trying to be. How are you going to pass this one? You're going to be aware of the effort to try to be even. The effort to try to be is itself also seen from that which is effortless. Just be in this now. There are a lot of thoughts that's waiting to come and visit you here. It's saying, can't let him stay here. Don't let her stay here. No, don't let her stay here. No. It's going to come and say, yes, yes. Okay, well, you done it. That was fine. There was nothing there. Okay, that's it. Or, how can I keep this? How can I keep this? These thoughts will come, subtle. Or, more gross, they can come. Oh yeah, I mean, it's very calm now, but you wait until you go back to real life. How are you going to live like this? You have no future, you have nothing at all. You have to let all these thoughts just float by like clouds in the sky, What is here? It's not personality. beyond personality. Don't try too hard. It doesn't require so much effort. It's almost as though you're surrounded by so many people, they all want to grab you or to hold you. Huh? They're going to do anything, they're going to grab you, some are going to spit at you, one they're going to curse you, some are going to praise you. But you are told, be nothing. Be nothing. Don't try to stop them, don't try anything, just be nothing. And feel your being. Just feel and be your being. Don't judge, don't resist. Don't acknowledge nothing at all. Just stay in your being. Is it possible or not? And then in the beginning you say stay in your being and you continue like this, and then you come to see that it's actually effortless actually. This is the one place I need not spend any effort. I simply am here. Just like I intend to touch the top of this thing, I don't need any technique to do that. This is the marvelousness of consciousness. I want to touch the third one. How do I do it? I don't know. I do it. In the same way I say, stay only as yourself. No technique. You see? You've not gone to sleep. No, you've not gone to sleep. You don't have to get into some asana. You don't have to light any candles. You don't have to go into a cave. Just as you are. No? Now, if I were to tell you that this is the natural state of the Buddhas and the Christs of this world, there's no space for the person to be dictating anything at all. A person can come also, even the sense of the person now, it becomes a very light thing, it's not anything at all. Even do we have to get rid of the person? What person? This, oh yeah, no, it's okay, leave him, it's all right. No? It's just one of my t-shirts. What harm? Why are we trying to convince the whole world that you are something? At least experience your nothingness, your emptiness. It is already effortless. Start from the effortless. Then you can move into the effortful if you want. At least acknowledge, feel, confirm, you see. Verify this silence in you. Are you suffering? Are you dead? Huh? In order to do some cooking, do you have to become a cook? Do you have to get into role? And even if that something happens into role, does it crucially change this effortlessness in you? Only then you will come to see that this universe is moving by itself, including the movements in this body as thought, emotion, activities. There's only the perceiving of them. Feel it. Feel it. Your mind might become a bit afraid. My God, it's like, I can't be nothing. Forget the word nothing. Forget the word emptiness. It's not there also. The word is not there. Emptiness is not there. The word knowingness, the word the absolute is not there. Pure innocence, in fact. is here. And yet nothing is lacking. But you want to have a feeling, a special feeling for it? That is calling in another quality, a condition that is not needed. You need condition. It's just the mind's trick. Create something inside. You think, oh, I got this inside, and I think it's stopping me from. It's not stopping anything at all. It's not stopping anything at all. From earth you can say something blocks the sun, but does the sun know anything about it? When you're in the sense of the person, it feels like the self is being obscured by something, because the mind of the person has created the self as an object to try and reach. But the whole thing itself, that whole scenario, the true self is not caught in the bubble of that scenario at all. You're looking at that. I'm just pointing out the way it is. It is already, but somehow this simple recognition seems to be hidden by the identity you believe you are, and its projections and its needs. Even the need to find the absolute is a dreamed thing, arising in the absolute. Absolutely. You hear this with your head or with your heart? We can only point and you can only confirm. You don't need to build or to create. You can only see. Pure insight is true religion, if you want to say. Simply understand. You misunderstand and all the practices are flourishing in the world. Misunderstand and every practice comes into play. Practicing to find what you already are. And it seems some tight belief just won't let go. Yeah, but I hear you, Mooji, I understand what you say, but it has to touch me here. So that what? If it touch you here, what happened? You'll feel ha 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 ha. Another sensation. Huh? If you have learned everything in the world and your ego takes credit for it, it amounts to nothing. You've overlearned almost. Now it says, look, everything you say I know already. You say this. Everything you're going to say, I've heard it already. You see? Yeah. Every practice I've done. Everything I've done. Okay. And still, I've not found. So you show me your super practice. I say, I have no practice at all. What is happening? Nothing. No, it's okay. Nothing is also not bad. Right? What is happening inside for yourself? No, I would like to know. I'm asking each of you, what is happening inside? In the light of what we are sharing now. You're still up there in the attic, looking through the attic windows. And what if you are not touched by anything? Does it necessarily mean you're unfeeling? I am not feeling enough, I'm not sensitive enough, Mooji, because I don't feel anything, for anything at all. You see, it can also be like this. I don't feel anything at all. So maybe just, I need to feel. But you are aware of the absence of any response or any particular deep reaction to something, and the judgments around that also. Is this a measurement of awareness? Or when I say awareness, does something just switch off and says, oh, he's being abstract again? When I speak of awareness, I'm speaking about you. Everything else belongs to time. Everything else belongs to time. It cannot be kept. It is fine because it has its beauty, its momentariness also. Maybe not only moments, hours, weeks, months, years also. Are you wanting something you cannot receive? Well, perhaps yes. Perhaps yes. Perhaps you're wanting something you cannot receive, and it cannot be given also. Because anything that you can get in any form, subtle or gross, you cannot keep. Who understands this? Yes. Whatever you get, enjoy. But you cannot keep in some everlasting way. Because even the body that must be there to enjoy it, even this body cannot be kept also. There is, look beyond this. But don't look beyond over there, look beyond here. Look beyond inwardly. Can you be given this thing? Is it that say it is given? No, it is revealed, it is pointed out, it is assisted, the seeing is assisted by removing what is untrue. The truth need not be found. It only discovered. It is here, it is you. The self has nowhere to go. While you are being the non-self, it doesn't go, well, I just wait over there with the others until you find. No, it is always you. It is always you. Without it, the sense of you cannot be. At the moment, tremendous value is given to your person, and so you want your person to have everything, including the great enlightenment for the person. And the person is not eternal. So then your enlightenment will not be eternal if it is for the person.
I don't want anything, just to be free. That's all.
Just to be free.
And I know
but when you don't want anything, you are free. Or as it is not cleverness. When you don't want anything, including even to be free, you are free. Something is inside there, no? That just says, yes, but still, it has created maybe some subtle expectation that if I get it, I should feel like this. And you don't want to touch this thought, because the mind will give you everything else but this, to keep you saying, yes, after all of that. I've seen the angels, I've seen the God, I've done the yoga, I've done everything at all, but I still, that little bit, I can't get this little bit. These are the tricks of the mind, you see. When you fully claim, when you fully acknowledge yourself, these games will be over for you. They will hold no fascination for you, no power for you. I am here for this. If you are here for this, then what can stand in your way? When we study so much, we distance the self, make it into hard work. Then we write big fat books about consciousness and super consciousness, super duper consciousness, all these things. So of course people go, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to, I cannot even get to consciousness yet. I'm going to manage all the rest of all of that stuff. So the simplicity, not so attractive to the human mind. The human mind wants religious exuberance, spiritual, all these things. We want shining stones and sort of like crystal caves. We want a didgeridoo on your stomach. We want all this stuff. The truth we don't want is too simple, too simple, too simple.
I don't want to write a book.
No,
I don't want to write any book.
But I'm pointing out, no? That for most part, we want something, we want some talisman. You want to wear a bit of amethyst under your arm all the time. So simple thing like truth, so simple, no. I cannot boast about that. I want to meet your own simplicity. There is your magnificence, in fact, isn't it? But you see, the thing is that you cannot do it. I love to tell you something you cannot do. I want to tell you something to do this, but you cannot do it. So then you have to call on another power inside yourself, not your doing power.